with our fire survivors. As we present different outreach resources and topics, a helpful lens to use will be that of who in your community has been the hardest to reach in the past 2.5 years, who will need the most support in completing the application process, and then also your most vulnerable populations. And then moving on to the agenda, here in a minute, we'll do some introductions, get to know each other. We'll recap reorgan, briefly touch base on the different programs. In our first breakout session, we'll team folks up from different areas to collaborate on ideas that have worked well and possibly learn some new strategies. We'll do a quick look at the Citizen Participation Toolkit, which is a HUD resource. We'll also talk about some materials that OHCS will be providing and different methods, outreach methods that you folks have all kind of shared with us throughout your application process. During our second breakout session, we'll divide folks up within their own counties so they can start to work on an engagement plan. And the idea is not that you will complete that plan today, but kind of get an idea of where you want to head in the future. And then we'll talk a little bit about anticipated timelines of different upcoming program rollouts, and as well as upcoming workshop topics. So moving back up to introductions, we'll start with our OHCS team. We'll let you know where we're located, what counties we're supporting, and what we're looking forward to this summer. So again, my name is Neil Barrett. I'm currently in Marcola, looking to move up the McKenzie River here in a couple of years. And this summer, I'm looking forward to fly fishing. And we'll have the rest of our OHCS team introduce themselves at this time. We can start with Alex. What are you looking forward to this summer? And where are you located? And you don't really have a county assignment, but you can go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, good afternoon. I think I've spoken to most of everybody on this call, but good to see you. Alex Campbell, working for Oregon Housing Community Services. I'm hoping to get to the scenes this summer.
Ooh. And Blanca Luz.
Good afternoon, Blanca Luz Brossard. I am the Regional Disaster Recovery and Resiliency Coordinator in Jackson and Klamath County. And this summer, I am just enjoying time. I'm going to enjoy spending time with my daughter, who is going to be finally out of the terrible 13s. And she's starting to adult. So I'm looking forward to the next phase of teenage dumb, I guess.
Very nice. Abron?
Hello, everyone. My name is Abram Brambila, and I'm in Salem, Oregon, the regional coordinator for Lynn, Marion, and Clackamas County. And this summer, I'm looking forward to gardening. I got a lot of vegetables planted, and I'm currently trying to fight off a lot of animals that are eating all my vegetables that are growing and budding right now. So we'll see how it goes this summer.
And last but certainly not least, Joshua.
Hello, everybody. Welcome. I'm Joshua, Regional Coordinator for Lincoln County, and sit in Lincoln City. Thanks. Favorite thing, or sorry, looking forward to probably just the sunshine, honestly, coming this summer. So that's what I'm looking forward to. Thanks.
Groovy. All right, so now we'd like to have each of you share what county you're from, what organization you're representing today, and also what you're looking forward to this summer. And I'm just gonna go, we'll start with Kathy Kesey, and then from there, we'll go on down the line of folks that you see on your screen.
Everybody, good afternoon. I'm Kathy Kizzy from Unitek, and we serve the farm worker and immigrant community in Jackson County, Josephine County, Klamath, and I'm in Jackson County.
Neil, I'm Virginia. Can we have everybody put their hand up, and that way, as they're saying their name, they can put it down?
Sure, that sounds like a good plan. How about Jamie? Go ahead. Jamie Savage.
Hi, I'm Jamie Savage. I'm with Cascade Relief Team in Lane County. And this summer is going to be busy with my 13-year-old son.
And Virginia, since you had the good idea, why don't you go ahead?
You're muted.
Thank you. Boy, I went through the whole thing. My name is Virginia Camberos. My pronouns are she, her, and ella. I'm with Unite Oregon, Rogue Valley Regional Director here in Jackson County. And I'm looking forward to heading south to visit all my friends that I've left behind since I've moved here in 2002 and catch up on all my gossip.
Awesome. Thank you. How about Karen from Jackson?
Karen Wheeler Clay. I'm with the Jackson County Community Long-Term Recovery Group. And this summer I'm looking forward to a lot, but I am really looking forward to reading books in my hammock.
Sounds awesome. Devin.
Hi, Devin Thompson, Lane County, McKenzie Valley Long-Term Recovery Group. May flies are hatching, so you all know what that means. Fly fishing is on, so that's what I'm looking forward to.
Jose.
Jose Yanez, bilingual zone captain of Firebrand Resiliency Collective, Jackson County. I'm hoping for less smoke in the air this summer.
For sure. Thank you. Katie Jackson.
Hi, I'm Katie Jackson. I'm zone captain in Jackson County. And I'm really looking forward to some paddle boarding because all of my surrounding lakes are mostly full for the first time in years.
Nice. And let's see, Azalea. Did I say that right?
Yes, that's fine. Hi, my name is Azalea Losh, and I'm in Jackson County. I'm with Firebrand Resiliency Collective. And this summer, I'm looking forward to traveling with my family to Mexico and going on a trip to Alaska, fishing. And I also fly fish, so I am hoping I can get that opportunity.
Awesome.
So, yes.
Thanks for sharing. Carrie Borgen.
Hi, Carrie Borgen, Executive Director with Access in Jackson County. And it's nice to have sunshine finally. And soon it'll be watermelon and strawberries and all those good things too.
Awesome. Nelda.
Hi, everyone. Nelda Engstrom, McKenzie Valley Long-Term Recovery Group. And I am hoping for some visits from friends and family this summer.
Awesome. How about Denise?
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Denise Lupton, pronouns she, her. I am with Access in Jackson County. And this summer, I am looking forward to traveling. Going to Arizona to see my daughter, and my son's up in Portland. So
great. Thank you. Angie.
Hello, everyone. I'm Angie Richards from CSC. Live in Lincoln County, but I work with Lynn, Benton, and Lincoln County for CSC. For this summer, I mean, several things popped in my head. One, I am looking forward to not barbecuing in the rain because I love to barbecue, but I've been doing it in the rain all winter. And I have twin grandbabies coming the end of summer. So I'm expecting probably some shopping and some fun times. So nice meeting everyone.
Great. Congratulations on the twin grandbabies.
Thank you.
Rose.
Hi, everybody. My name is Rose Reeser. I am the Housing Programs Manager with Access in Jackson County. And I think I'm just looking forward to getting out of the house and seeing what my 13-year-old would be like on the road.
Nice. Matthew.
Hey, good afternoon, everyone. Matthew Habner, the Housing Recovery Director for the Jackson County Community Long-Term Recovery Group. And my family spends a lot of time on the Oregon coast in the summer, and those are always my favorite weekends and time over there. So
Sweet, thank you. I'm not sure CRT Blue River who that specifically is, but go ahead. Oh, that's everybody there. Okay.
It's all of us. Hi, Melody Stanley, CRT Blue River. And I'm looking forward to traveling.
Samantha Winningham, CRT Blue River. My house is coming here in June, so I'll finally be able to move into my new house. So I think that's probably what I'm looking forward to the most.
Hi, and I'm Miana Hayes, Blue River. I'm looking forward to just enjoying the sunshine.
Thank you very much. Kendall?
Hey there, I'm Kendall Melvin. I'm the director at Biorevitalization in Douglas County, and we purchased the travel trailer at the end of last year. So I'm looking to a summer filled with trying that out.
Awesome. Laura Gardner.
Hey everyone, my name is Laura Gardner. I'm the program manager at the Center for Community Resilience with Access in Jackson County. And I have a jam-packed summer with birthdays and anniversaries. And my oldest daughter is graduating high school. So it's going to be lots of fun events.
Awesome. Tucker.
There we go. Tucker Coach, Executive Director of Firebrand Resiliency, Zone Captain Program. Just picking on a kid from school right now. This summer, I am looking forward to a lot of camping and travel with my 8-year-old and some time on the coast, as well as, getting to work on this.
Awesome. Thank you. Norma Jean.
I'm Norma Jean Washburn with Cascade Relief Team in the Otis Salmon River Range Distribution Center in Lincoln County. And I'm looking forward to some sunshine and no more rain for a little bit and playing with my dog Maverick.
Awesome. Gina.
Hey, I'm Gina with Glide Revitalization, and mostly I'm just looking forward to the warm weather and spending some time by the pool.
Awesome. Thank you. Matt.
Hi, Matt Pemberthy with the Mackenzie Valley Long-Term Recovery Group here in Lane County. And this summer, I'm also the program coordinator. And this summer, I'm looking forward to heading back to the East Coast for some family time. And also my sister will be coming over here. So lots of family time coming up.
Cool. Thank you. All right. Who did I miss?
I'm Melissa Bauer. I'm with Santiam Disaster, serving Marion and Lynn County. And I'm looking forward to kayaking and hiking this summer.
Awesome. Anybody else that I missed? Go for it.
I am Cass Cornwell, Zone Captain Coordinator with Firebrand Resiliency Collective. And I am looking forward to finally getting my landscaping put back in after the fire for our rebuilt home. So that's the foremost thing on my mind this summer.
Have fun. All right. I think we have everybody.
Looks like Jenna Beam.
Gina, she already spoke. She just
she has her hand up. So, okay.
Oh, do you have
I just forgot to take my hand down, that's all.
We'll allow mistakes. It'll happen. All right, sweet. So we'll move along in the presentation once we get the slides back up. Perfect. All right, thanks, Mary. You can move along to the next slide. And I believe Alex wanted to speak to this.
Yeah, thanks, Neil. I just wanted to acknowledge that this work is in some ways dependent upon us getting you all contracts. So those contract templates are with DOJ, and so I'm hopeful that we'll be able to get them out to you all soon. But given that we've got plenty of work to do, we thought we appreciate you starting to participate in the trainings with us as we are preparing for this work. I think we'll probably may do sort of every other week on these trainings, but appreciate to the extent you can keeping your calendars open. The HARP outreach beginning, I'm guessing right now is late June, first week of July, and that we should be going live, whether that's a hard or soft launch, maybe third week of July would be my best bet. So didn't want to put anybody else on the spot as far as making guesses, because I'm reasonably confident that I may be wrong about some of those. So just wanted to share what my best understanding is right now.
Thanks, Alex. And we have one more introduction. I was very rude to forget one of our team members, and that's Mary, who is running the show behind the scenes today. So Mary, if you would like, introduce yourself. I very rudely left you out.
Well, that's okay. I'm doing all the things, so I don't mind. But yes, my name is Mary. I'm the external affairs manager, so I don't have a region, but I help assist everyone. And I'm here in Portland. And for the summer, I'm looking forward to moving into our new house. We finally were able to buy a home. So
sweet.
Yep.
Thank you. All right, moving on to the next slide. So kind of the outcomes we were looking for today, and I spoke a little bit about these in the intro, but we're looking to hear from you guys about outreach and engagement tactics that have worked. I hope to provide you some resources, both through HUD and from OHCS as well. And then at the end, we'll get together to start working on engagement plans. So that's kind of what we're looking for as far as outcomes today. A little bit about the messaging that we want to share. As you're talking with folks and reaching out to try to engage them in this process, these are kind of the phrases and messaging we're trying to use so that people understand what's going to be happening. Kind of a call to action to potential applicants is to keep their contact info up to date, and then hopefully we'll have a document checklist that can kind of help them understand what they need to gather in order to get the application process going. And again, you'll have all these slides sent to you at the end of the presentation, so no need to scurry and write notes down. This will all be provided to you. Okay, reorgan housing programs. Here's kind of a list of the acronyms that we'll use. I'm sure most of you are well versed in all of these, but just so you know, you have them in front of you. Yeah, should be pretty straightforward there. So as far as when we get to the eligibility questionnaire, and we're going to be putting this out to the public, we really want to encourage everybody to apply, even if they don't think they're eligible. Having folks keep their documents, their receipts, because as we get through different phases, we may get to the point where we're able to reimburse folks for some of the costs that they incurred over the course of the last 2.5 years. So I understand that there's probably folks who think they're not even close to being able to receive any funds, but we want to get as many people to fill out the eligibility questionnaire so that we have that in a database, so that we can get those folks money if they do become eligible. Next slide. Okay, so the first reorgan program is the homeowner assistance and reconstruction program that we know as HARP, for survivors who haven't been able to fully recover and complete the rebuilding process. It'll be rolled out in phases, first with survivors at 80% of low to moderate income, and then possibly increasing that percentage amount to 100% and possibly even 120%. So starting with our folks who need the most help and kind of working our way up over time. Next slide. So these numbers came out a couple days ago. So any fact sheets that you've received over the last year, those numbers no longer bear any meaning. So this is the most up-to-date, and I think it was a couple $1,000 increase in most kind of categories. So the numbers are moving up. Plenty of different reasons for that, but this is what we're going to be working with and working from. And if you can go back up or back down, sorry. And with this, we also have a breakdown of all the different percentages, 80, 100 to 120. So if you want those numbers as well, reach out to us and we can send you those so you can see what's coming in the future. Okay, so the HOP program, homeowner ownership opportunities program, will support survivors who were renters at the time of the fires, with the goal of supporting them through the homeownership process. This program will follow HARP, and the timeline for this rollout is yet to be determined. But again, one of the reasons we want to get everybody in the application process is so that when this program is ready, we know how to get to the folks that are eligible for it. Thank you, Mary. So the WIRA, the Wildfire Recovery and Resilience Account, has been extended beyond June 30th. IHA is taking over at the end of this fiscal year. So those benefits will continue. That should be good news or exciting news for folks. We still know there's people struggling out there to make ends meet. So we're hoping this is a positive thing for people. One thing that we can feel good about for a minute. And the last program is the PEER program, Planning Infrastructure and Economic Revitalization. It'll aid in rebuilding infrastructure, planning for future disasters, as well as economic development. PEER planning is already underway in many communities. We look forward to diving into that later this summer. But that's another exciting program. Hoping to get some dollars flowing to rebuild some infrastructure and help folks with their redevelopment of economic. I think at this time we would pause for any questions up to this point. I know there's been a bunch flowing into the chat, and I think Abron and Joshua are answering those as they can. But if there's any other questions that folks want to ask, this is a good time. And we'll pause throughout. So if you're not quite ready to ask your question, there'll be other opportunities.
Yeah, and Neil, just to add that 2 weeks from today, our plan is to do a really deep dive on HARP and HARP policy. So I think if you all have questions about HARP right now, please go ahead and put them in the chat, but we probably don't want to go deep into HARP today itself.
All right. So here's a little bit of a timeline. Again, PEER is underway. Every county and community is in a different phase and space, working through that. Like Alex spoke a little bit ago, early summer for HARP phase 1, get the eligibility questionnaire going out, and then we'll get to future HARP phases and eventually HOP as we progress through the fall. Next slide. Okay, so we have come to our first breakout session, and this is where I will turn it over to my good friend Blanca Luz.
All right, so obviously we've all been working in recovery, and some organizations might know one another just from the past couple of years of working together, but we want to bring a collective information of kind of what each agency that is a part of this particular outreach scope has learned from previous outreach activities. So the intention of this exercise in this breakout room is to really get a good sense of cross-community collaborations that have happened, what strategies have been effective to reach those that are hard to reach, what have been so-so on the effectiveness, and what ideas do you want to learn more about? This would definitely help not only just cross-share the knowledge within the groups themselves, but also gives OHCS kind of if there's other things we need to maybe give support on, what can we do to make sure that we can assist with our outreach and coordination? Because obviously there's many organizations outside of those that are in this particular sub-grantee group that may bring other pieces of knowledge. And so it's just good to get cross-sharing and communication. So we're going to give you about 15 minutes and we're going to break out by counties, and we're going to go through and really start thinking about what has worked, what kind of worked, and what do you want to know more about. And there might be some ideas that spark throughout this. So we will, each room will be assigned one of our coordinators as kind of the scribe and timekeeper, and then so they'll put us into breakout and then they'll put us back into the main session. So with that, I hand it over to Neil and Mary, who are going to do all the background magic now.
That's all Mary. That's
Fingers crossed it works. All right,
take it away.
here we go.
All right, folks are trickling back in, so we'll get back at it here in a few minutes, or about a minute. All right, I think we have everybody back. So as soon as we get the PowerPoint up, we'll move along. Thank you, Mary. Next slide, please. All right, so welcome back. I hope you had a good time in your breakout room. It was nice to meet some folks from different places. So now we'll step in and talk about the Citizen Participation and Equitable Engagement Toolkit. It's a mouthful, so we'll just refer to it as CPEE. And this is a tool to help guide the creation of your outreach engagement plan. One thing to note is that Citizen includes all impacted people, regardless of citizenship status. So just wanted to put that out there that it does say citizen, but citizenship is not required for these programs. These resources are found on the HUD Exchange website, which we'll show you a little bit later with more resources. And on this slide, you can see the protected classes from discrimination. And you've all been doing this work for a long time, but we still want to make sure that we included this to make sure we're aware. Next slide, please. So again, we want to make sure we're keeping a focus on our vulnerable, hard to reach individuals. All of your communities are unique, in different ways. So relying on your local knowledge to help you guide the supporting of our marginalized folks and our vulnerable populations. Again, we rely on folks like y'all who are on the ground and know the people that you're working with. So just paying attention to different geography, different histories, prejudices, and different policies that can affect certain groups that may not affect others. Next slide. So here, part of the CPEE, there's 6 plan steps. We don't want you to feel like all of these steps should and must be used in any certain way as you create your engagement plan. We just wanted to make sure we have this resource available to you if you get stuck, because there is a lot of information, and we'll show you just a blurb of it in a second. But just to go over these quickly, the first in the plan steps is shift the mindset. This just kind of highlights the fact that rural communities and communities of color were already struggling prior to the fires. So the disaster only exacerbated that. And so part of shifting the mindset is just to meet those impacted where they are and to try to help them feel comfortable with the process. Creating the structure goes into detail about the importance of a highly structured and inclusive leadership team. So there's staff buy-in, they work together to achieve the mission of the engagement plan that's going to be created. Understanding the community, which if you're on this call, you probably certainly understand your community. So, but we also want to use and analyze data to ensure we're making good decisions around the outreach method. Sometimes there's things in numbers that can tell us some interesting facts that we may not have known just from conversations with folks. Determining engagement strategies, resources around problem solving, determining unmet needs, and identifying program priorities. Practicing equitable engagement, bringing people into the conversation where the outreach work is being done and listening closely what the folks have to say and let them share their viewpoints to make sure that our outreach engagement activities are planned with everybody in mind. And then the last one, evaluate engagement and programming. Could be one of the more important ones, as we always want to monitor, adapt, and improve the way that we're engaging with folks. So next slide. So this is where kind of highlighting the evaluate engagement programming portion of the 6 steps. And Mary can take us to a link real quick to show what the website looks like.
You have to open it in a different window, so that's why I stopped sharing my
That's okay.
screen.
I figured. All right, so here you can see along the left-hand column, it has all 6 of the plan steps, and within all of those, there's numerous amounts of information that can kind of help you if you're stuck in a certain area. And then on each of the tabs, when you scroll down to the very bottom of each page, you will find different checklists, different evaluation tools. So within each one of these, if you're looking for some assistance on how to improve something you're working on, you're stuck, this is a place to check just to see if there's already a template built or information that you're looking for. And quite honestly, when you all ask for support from us, at least for me, I'm probably going to go to this website to try to navigate and find you guys some resources and some help or answers. So we don't want to spend too much time digging into this. If you really like federal programs and HUD, you can spend months digging through this and you can have all the fun you want. So that's all we're going to spend on this. Just wanted to show you that there are some pre-made templates for different items. Thank you, Mary. And here have some materials you can expect to receive from OHCS. These are either under construction or under the review process before we share them out. All of our documents have to go through different layers before they get approved, translation and whatnot. So we're working on all these. And so before you hit the ground and get out meeting with folks, you can expect to have these things. If there's something not on this list, a material you think you might need or information you might need, please reach out to us, and then we'll get to work on trying to provide that for you. So this information on the screen, this was pulled from your HARP outreach application. So this is stuff that y'all did in the past or are planning on doing. We just wanted to kind of put it in one spot so that you could all take a look. And again, this is like a list of suggestions or recommendations, certainly not a complete list. And it's not a requirement that you do every single one of these. Certain communities, certain tactics will be effective, whereas in others, they may not be. So I just wanted to give you guys an overview, a broad overview of all the different ways you can go about this. Again, reach out for assistance in any of this stuff. And a lot of these things, with the pamphlets or one pagers, those are things that we'll probably be providing you guys in a couple weeks. And we've come to our second breakout session. And Blanca Luz, you're back on the mic.
I am, thank you. All right, so taking this as a community-based approach, just kind of one of those lessons learned from the outreach from the post the fire. And so in order to really be able to get a cohesive outreach engagement plan, our team has come together with a template, which each individual room will walk you through. And it's really looking at targeted populations and kind of what strategies have worked, who's taking the lead. That way, if there are multiple agencies that are taking a lead, then there's some cross collaboration because some folks may be working with one, but not the other. They might be working with both. But I think at this point, we just kind of knowing kind of who's in which lane and what is going to have some overlap is really good to know, just to make a really collaborative, cohesive messaging going out to community. And that way everybody's using the same language. So we'll go through this. There's about 20-30 minutes that we'll have to go through this. And like I said, your room facilitator will have it in and they'll just be plugging away, entering those notes. So with that, I will hand it to Mary to send us all into our respective rooms.
Thank you, Blanca Luz.
Awesome. And I have named the rooms per county. So if it's the county that's relevant to where you're working, please choose that one. And yeah, again, let's hope it works. I think it should though.
Mary, could I interrupt? Could
Yeah.
I catch you in time?
Oh.
Why don't we?
Yeah, I think we're good.
Okay. Why don't you finish the PowerPoint? That way, I imagine some of our regional discussions may finish more faster than others. So why don't we finish the PowerPoint, and that way everybody can sort of complete, finish up this workshop on the time frame that works best for their group.
Sounds good.
Does that work?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
All right, so here we have upcoming workshop topics. Like Alex mentioned earlier, these will be occurring on Thursdays through June, possibly into July. Next one will be the HARP policy deep dive. I believe we're pausing for next Thursday and holding this one the following Thursday, and then we'll let you know when the subsequent ones are happening. And like I've mentioned other times, if there's topics of interest that you're not seeing here, different things that you'll feel like you'll need support in the future, please don't hesitate to reach out to us and ask. We're happy to help. And here's our contact information. So please don't hesitate to contact your regional coordinator. Hopefully you all know who that is by this point. Our goal is to support you through the process. We want to be your partners, and there'll be a heavy lift at times. There'll be some frustration, but hopefully in the end, we're lifting up our communities and helping them get back on their feet. And so, again, can't emphasize enough to reach out to us. Most of us probably sit by our phones all day while on the computer, looking for opportunities to help you guys. So that concludes this portion. And now we can get to those breakout rooms that Blanc-Lou's described. And on my screen, at least, I still have the ability to click into these rooms. I'm assuming everybody else does as well.
They should shortly. Okay, should now. Alex, you're muted.
I'm getting, my internet was so good for so long. I've gotten out of my like phone Zoom practice. So I think we are largely done, right, Neil?
Yeah, I think, no, my group, we got a bit done and they left. I think Joshua's group and yours. So yeah, I think that concludes the session. Unless anybody has it.
Awesome. So, yeah, I'm interrupting you, Neil. I think to say the same thing. If anybody's got additional questions, I think we're certainly happy to hang out, but we don't have any more content to present you all.
Thank you, Alex. Thank you, Lucy. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Neil, for putting this together.
Hang on. Thank you all.
Have a great afternoon.
See you next time.
Alex, I have a